Hi. So, integrated review, how do we find that, and what's the approach to go from like really broad concepts down to specific examples is the object of this hopefully quick and merciful video. If you go out to Google, there's a lot of people who are interpreting these things and putting them into guides. Here's one that I just found, University of Toronto. You can see that it's part of a whole bunch of other recipes for a review. This one's okay, and they have methods and guidance, so I would say read through this to help build confidence, but I can see where you're just kind of like, ooh, there's a lot of ambiguity in this. So the next step is in the library catalog, if you do integrative review in quotes, it'll look for that whole thing. And then I discovered there's a step-by-step guide, which also might have ambiguity, but it helps you narrow down. So the more that you read these things, the better. Ironically, this one is checked out. If you need this, I'll buy another copy, or we can recall it from somebody. But you can see here also, there are specific integrative reviews. That might help, because then you could narrow it down to the social sciences or a particular discipline or a particular intervention, what have you. It looks like it's heavy with the government sometime back. So if you wanted to, you could like come up to the future instead of being in the 80s. And it might be part of it. It might be a chapter, or it might be the exact methodology of a particular thing. Next thing is I promised to help you look at dissertations. So you can see what other people have done. So if you go to databases, it used to be called dissertations and theses, but now it's called ProQuest dissertations and theses. But let's see, I think we can still find it under the Ds, because everyone was looking for it there. Hey, there it is. Even though it comes with a P. No one's looking for dissertations under the letter P. This database, oh Lord. I don't want to manage my cookies. I'll grudgingly accept all cookies. That'd be interesting, because in an academic library we have like privacy policy. I wonder what the cookies do. They must de-identify them, otherwise they'd get in trouble. So you can go to advanced search. I mean, you could do like integrative reviews. Oh, whoops. Integrative review, and you could have it search everywhere. But you can also, so this is dissertations, you could possibly go in and look for like methodology or key terms or something like that, but not everything is indexed the same way. So I would say don't go into full text, because it's going to be, then it could be mentioned anywhere. But you could go into specific languages or specific topics. So I'll do social science, I'll add a row, and I'll look up homelessness. And so you can narrow it down that way. So, whoa, there's still like 1,000 of them. And homelessness and policy. Let's see how we can, if we can narrow it. Oh, they're all about policy. And I am going to narrow this down. Yeah, down to 200. And again, these you can also, where do we do this? Well, you could come narrow it down to the publication date this way. There must be some way of sorting it by most recent first too. So there is, if you're looking at integrative reviews, and if they trend towards older stuff, look at the newer things, because their methodology might be influenced by how databases work these days, as opposed to the 80s. Oh no, there's only 61. That's great. It must be coming on again. So for what it's worth, this is how you see the dissertations. All of these you should be able to access from this interface. But we'll talk more.